This is a smart controller that controls the devices in my home. I have a lot of smart devices in my home, especially a lot of smart plugs that I can turn on and off. Now, I've been using my phone to do all of these things, so you might be wondering, well, why would you want a smart controller or a smart hub like this to do that? One of the issues I have in my home is a lot of the devices that I have are controlled primarily through a smart controller, which means if other people in my house want to control those devices, they would either need access to my phone to do that, which they don't have, or we would have to set it up with Google Home or an Echo Dot or something like that, which we have. But the problem with that is half the time my kids use voice commands to turn something on or off, they get misunderstood and it starts playing music all throughout our house or something like that. It would be nice if we had one central hub that they could use to control things. And that's exactly what this is. This is a sponsored video. So what I want to do here is show you how I've had this set up, the things I like about it, the things I think can be improved with it. Out of the box, you don't get much. You basically get the hub and a USB-C cable for charging. It has a really nice e-ink display to conserve on battery. It says the battery can last up to 3 months. I haven't been able to try it out that long. I really do like the e-ink display. And also, if it's dark at night and you walk in front of it, it will turn on the light. Once you have devices set up on this, they show on the display. You can set up to 52 devices. There are 4 devices shown at the screen at a time, and you can cycle through them just by rotating the scroll wheel. And then to do a task, you can either click, double click, or you can click and rotate the scroll wheel depending on what you want to do. One of the issues that I have is most of my smart devices work with the Smart Life app, which is not one of the apps native to this for an integration. Fortunately though, this does work with Google Home or Amazon, and both of those devices automatically sync with my Smart Life account, so I can use that functionality to set up my devices, which I have done. Let me go ahead and show you the process for how I set this up. I have my Smart Life app open, and we're going to move this switch functionality to this Smart Hub. So you can see it's on right now. If I press this, it will turn off. If I press this again, it turns on. And let's go ahead and turn on the Smart Hub. All right, it blinks on. It is booting up. Okay, so let's click on the Smart Hub. We already have 4 functions added here. We want to add another one. So I want to add a switch. So name that switch button abbreviation switch. You are kind of limited to just 5 characters. We'll select the switch icon and press add button. So now we can cycle through these 2 different modes. We'll keep it here on switch and add functionality to this. So the first thing we want to do is select the platform. And I've had the most luck with Amazon Alexa. So let's go ahead and add that. Okay, so we've added Amazon Alexa. But before this will actually do anything, we need to open the Amazon Alexa app. So in Amazon Alexa, we want to click on this button and then go to routines, and we will add a routine. So we want to add an event. We'll go to Smart Home, and now it wants us to choose a device, and you want to scroll until you see the things that say Smart Hub on it. So you can see now we have Smart Hub Switch. So we'll click on Smart Hub Switch, and then we have these options to choose from. So I'll go click is triggered, and we'll do click and then next. So now we can say when the click is triggered, we will add an action. So we'll come here, go back to Smart Home, we'll go to all devices, and I have this labeled as 2, so we'll click on that, and then we'll say yes, power on, and then next, and then we'll go ahead and save that. So now when we press this button here, it will turn the power on, but it doesn't just toggle on and off, so we have to do this one more time. So we'll come back here to routines, press plus again, add an event, Smart Home again, scroll again to Smart Hub Switch, then we want to say double click is triggered, and then double click next, and then we will add an action. Again, go to Smart Home, all devices, then we'll go back to 2, and then we'll go off, and then next, and then we will save this. So now if we go back to our app here, if we do a double click, you can do that, and you can see it just turned it off. Now we'll do click, and it will turn it back on, and it did. And so we can do the same thing here. So if we want to turn it off, I just double click here, and then it will go ahead and turn it off, which it did. And then if I do a single click here, it will turn it on again. Then we can use the scroll wheel to do all of the other activities or routines that we have set. What's really nice for this device is in my living room, I have an evaporative cooler and I have lights that are all controlled either via the phone or with voice commands. But the problem I run into is at night, I don't want to use voice commands because my kids are sleeping. I want to be quiet, but I also don't always have my phone with me, or I don't want to unlock my phone, open the app, find the device, then turn it off. This really simplifies the process because I just have this in my living room. I can grab it real quick. I can go to whatever device I want and real quick turn it on or off using this. I don't have to use voice commands. So this has been really great for stuff like that. Some of the issues I've run into is initially when I tried to update the firmware, it just wouldn't work. And I found that one trick with this is occasionally on the app, it will say it's disconnected. Even though it functions here, it's connected to Wi-Fi. I don't know why it's like that, but the simple solution is on the back, there's just an on-off button. I just turn it off, turn it back on, and then it's connected. So that's one thing to be aware of. If you do have issues with it, turn it off, back on again. Simple IT solution. This is a really cool device. It's nice to just kind of simplify things and do custom things for the functions I do a lot of. Definitely worth having if you like to automate things in your home.